In the world of football, the spotlight belongs to the Paris Saint-Germain forward, Ousmane Dembélé, who has been crowned the 2025 Ballon d'Or winner. His victory comes after an extraordinary season in which he scored 35 goals and provided 16 assists across 53 matches, leading PSG to its first ever Champions League triumph and a historic treble under coach Luis Enrique. Dembele's story is one of resilience, once known for recurring injuries and inconsistency. He has now silenced critics by producing a season of brilliance. His performance in crucial Champions League knockout games played a decisive role in PSG's success, edging out competitors like Barcelona and Arsenal. Competitors individual like Barcelona's teenager Lamine Yamal came second. For African football fans, the win carries symbolic weight. Though Dembele represents France and Lamine Yamal represent Spain, his Mauritanian and Malian roots highlight the enduring contribution of African heritage. On the other hand, Lamine Yamal heritage is in Morocco and Guinea, Equatorial Guinea. This triumph also marked a shift away from Messi Ronaldo dominance that defined the last 2 decades, signaling a new era of talent. The question now is sustainably, can Dembele maintain this level of performance amidst heightened expectations, or will this remain the peak of his career? Either way, his win has already inspired millions of young players around the world to believe that setbacks do not define destiny. And with us to dissect this, we have, as usual, Mr. Kevin Jagbo and Mr. Ifeanyi. Mr. Ifeanyi, you're welcome to the DM Money Show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. I'll start with you, Mr. Ifeanyi. What does Dembele's victory mean for Paris Saint-Germain and for African representation on the global football stage?
Well, first and foremost, let me say congratulations to Ousmane Dembélé. Like you said in the intro, you said his resilience. We all know about the past of Dembélé, especially in Barcelona. He was bought for a huge amount of money. And, I think to some extent that huge amount of money affected his play in Barcelona, coupled with injuries that he had in Barcelona. So, but for me, this Ballon d'Or, first I must say, Ballon d'Or award is the biggest and the most prestigious individual award in football. So Dembele is the number one when it comes to players. So a very big congratulations to him, even though he's not my favorite. But kudos to him. He's done well. He did a great job for PSG. Won the Champions League, the highest goal scorer for French league. So a very big congratulations to him. This is a big win, a massive win for Africans. A very big win for PSG, first and foremost, a big win for France, and a win for Africa. It shows that as an individual, you can achieve anything you desire in world football. For me, it's very massive for Africa. For African players, it's a moral booster, it's an inspiration, a motivation to upcoming African talents that we have in Africa. Whether you are playing for an African, it doesn't matter whether you are playing for an African team, African country or not. The most important thing is your origin. Like if you are counting in history, you count Dembele currently as one of the greats we've had in football. You're counting the likes of Pele, Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo. Dembele must be there. And it's surprising. If 6 years ago someone told me that Dembele would win the Ballon d'Or before Neymar Jr. or Kylian Mbappe, or even a lot of greater personalities in football, world football. No disrespect to Dembele, but there are, for me, individually better players who have played more and deserve the Ballon d'Or more. But winning the Ballon d'Or makes it, you know, it's great to have an African, win the Ballon d'Or. So for me, kudos to Dembele, kudos to the coach, especially not taking anything away from Luis Enrique, because one thing is to have the talent. We have a lot of talent in Africa, a lot of talent in Europe. Big talent. Neymar is a rare gem in football. But he didn't achieve the dream of winning the Ballon d'Or. So if you have the talent, also pray that you have a good manager. Because when Ousmane Dembele was in Barcelona, I think who was the manager then? He wasn't coached well.
Yeah, I think initially it was the same Enrique, right? He came to Barcelona. No, he came to Barcelona to be a replacement to Neymar Jr.
No, it was not. No, it was not Enrique. Dembele was not
Okay.
coached by Enrique in Barcelona. Luis Enrique coached Suarez, Messi, and Neymar
Yeah.
attack. I think it was
And
after
what?
Enrique that they bought Dembele. So what I'm saying is, just like Lamine Yamal, I think like Yamal is having this kind of ego issues now, and he's very lucky to have a very good manager in Hansi Flick. So that is very important. I'm giving big credit to Luis Enrique for coaching, giving Ousmane Dembele a proper coaching, always motivating him. All these things count in football. So for me, the manager, Luis Enrique, Ousmane Dembele himself, for coming down, you need humility, not just the talent. You need, aside the talent, you need to be humble to listen to your manager. Normally, players do have their own ideas, but sometimes or most times you have to listen to the manager, your boss first, before any other thing, before your selfish interest or selfish ideas that you have. So I believe Dembele did exactly what Luis Enrique asked of him. And Enrique is one of the greatest managers I've ever seen, aside the great Alex Ferguson and Pep Guardiola, of course. For me, he's top three, top five. So Dembele is very lucky to have, a very good manager, by his side. And Ibrahim, you are an Arsenal fan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm looking the top 10, the Ballon d'Or top 10 list, and I saw, I think, what's his name? Is it Bukayo Saka
No, Bukayo
in the
Saka is
top
not
10?
in the team. Bukayo Saka, there's no Arsenal player in the top team. The player that is close, I think, in
Okay, I think
Arsenal
sorry,
is
it's
Gyökeres.
Kopama.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
Kopa.
it's Kopama. Okay, so that's my take on that.
All right.
That's my take.
Before I want to ask you one question. This Dembele's triumph make people redefine success completely. Sometimes success is not just on does not solidly depend only on hard work or sometime on your talents, but sometimes or most of the time it depends on someone's shared luck. So, what does
I call
that
it grace, not luck.
mean? And how do you think it will motivate some Africans to keep going amidst all the difficulties?
Ibrahim, you call it luck. For me, I don't really believe in the word luck. I believe more in grace. And for me, grace works in tandem with hard work, patience, perseverance. Um, Dembele is a wonderful talent. You know, we saw what he did in Dortmund. Barcelona wouldn't have bought him if he didn't do anything. If he didn't do anything in Dortmund, he was very great. He played beautiful football in Dortmund. That was why they bought him. So I believe he had like bad luck. Let me use the word bad luck in Barcelona, but he kept on believing, even though all those years there were mentions of Mbappe winning the Ballon d'Or, but he kept on believing himself that one day he would win it. He would win the prestigious award. He kept on working hard on the pitch, showing to the manager that he can do it. Because even when PSG bought him, I didn't really see much of, his play on the pitch. Well, he was working hard individually. He was working hard, trying his best to prove to the manager that he can do it. And he has achieved the greatest feats an individual in football would ever, dream of.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ifeanyi. Mr. Kevin, Ousmane Dembele plays for Barcelona and currently playing for Paris Saint-Germain. And we have this belief that English league is the best league in the world. But I think, yes, Rodri won the Ballon d'Or before Dembele. But I think in the last 30 years or 20 years, it is only 2 or 3 players that win this prestigious award from England. What does that has to say about the English league and the remaining leagues in Europe?
Well, I don't really know why that is. So, yes, the English is the most prestigious league in the world, but I actually feel that that's due to finance. I still look at a lot of other leagues as competitive as that. Okay. Talking about Dembele, I've actually somebody I've actually admired. I've seen him on the ball. I like players when you give them the ball, they are a complete threat. When they hold the ball, you are just on the edge of your seat. Look, it's Dembele, that kind of thing. He has always been there. He has been consistent over the years. I actually also thought that now that the era of Messi, Ronaldo competition is over, this is paving way for. But actually, when I actually looked at the list and discovered that you have Yamal, you have Vitina, you have Salah, you have Raphinha, you have Hakimi, you have Mbappe, you have Palmer, you have Donnarumma, then you have Mendes. And I was stunned when I think that one of the criteria these football bodies are actually looking at is your consistency. Okay. He's somebody I've always admired. Wish he could come and play more in the English league. But actually, look at maybe consistency is the one that really brought him out. Is somebody the first day I watched the Billy always on the ball. It's like most of these players could not actually catch up with him, and he has always been. It's one player I've always admired. Okay, I can and as a playmaker, and he has been consistent. Well, that's where I look at him. Maybe the English league. I don't know why it's still like that, but hopefully we play sometime soon. Anytime soon, we have more players from the English league who will win this. It's just a matter of time anyway.
I believe now is the end of Ronaldo Messi era.
Yeah, you actually feel that too, that era just went up, so it's open to. But I'm looking at his consistency. Dembele is actually it's one of let me put this. It's written in Wikipedia. It's one of the top 10 best players in the world. Actually, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ifeanyi. Some people believe that Ronaldo and Messi era has been the best era as far as football is concerned. Do you also have the same sentiments?
You can't argue that because I was telling my friend yesterday that um, even though I think Dembele deserve this Ballon d'Or, but my favorite remains Lamine Yamal. Why? Because he's the closest we've seen in terms of entertainment. This sports called football. I keep asking myself, what is the criteria for for the Ballon d'Or? Because football is an entertainment sport, So I was telling my friend yesterday, I believe Yamal should win, even though I think Dembele also deserves it, because back then in Messi Ronaldo era, it used to be if it is Messi winning it, it will be very big margin. If it is Ronaldo, it will be very big margin. But currently, what we have is we are back to the normal status quo, where like 10, 20 people will fight for the award competitively. You understand? But like I was saying, for me, Yamal is the closest we've seen since the Messi Ronaldo era. That is why I choose him as my favorite for the Ballon d'Or. But the Messi Ronaldo, all those individual brilliance of pitch, we don't see that. Footballers are meant to you know to to be static nowadays. Just kind of positional play, no entertainment anymore. But football should be all about entertainment, skills, dribbles. We are no longer seeing all those things. That is why I'm not a Barca fan, but I like watching. I don't miss. I'm a Manchester United fan, but sometimes I miss Man U matches. A couple of times, but I don't miss Barcelona's La Liga matches. I don't miss it because of Lamine Yamal. Like when you watch Lamine Yamal, it reminds you of Ronaldo, of Messi, of Gareth Bale, of all those beautiful players that used to play football. But nowadays, I don't know. I don't know. So, arguably, the Messi Ronaldo era is the best we've seen, the best I've seen, the best any football lover would ever wish to continue seeing. You know, so there is no argument, no debate at all, no debate. Because what am I seeing? I'm seeing the likes of Ganacho. You know, you've not achieved anything. Just um, simple, basic passes. You can't even complete, and you're already shouting at your manager. I can about Ronaldo and Messi showed consistency. 10 years, 15 years, they dominated completely. But I don't know what to say. But for me, I just feel like
Between Messi and Ronaldo, who is your good?
between
Messi and Ronaldo, who is your good?
the greatest player to ever play football for me is Cristiano Ronaldo. And
Wow.
I understand why people say Messi because of the World Cup. But I'm here to tell you that my own goat is winning the World Cup next year. So to end the debate. So next year the debate will be ended.
Actually, my own goat is Lionel Andres Messi, and I actually believe that saying Ronaldo is the GOAT is your opinion, but saying Messi is the GOAT on the other hand is a fact. Because going by all parameters of football, Messi is the most complete player in the history of football. He has the highest goal ratio that any player can ever have. He has more goals assists than matches played, and he's the only player that have that. He is second to Ronaldo in terms of goals, playing lesser game than Ronaldo, 100 games lesser than Ronaldo. And he has more assists, astronomical, than Ronaldo. He's the only player that, as a midfielder, he won two midfielders award, best award of midfielders. What are they calling it? I forget the name of the award. And as a striker, he has more European golden shoes than any other player. He won more trophies than any football player in the history of football. Won every trophy at his disposal and has two World Cup golden ball. I don't think there is any arguments there based on facts.
Before the World Cup 2021 or 2022, people used to say any player that wins the World Cup between Ronaldo and Messi will be declared as undisputed best GOAT, greatest of all time. I kind of, believed that. I said, okay, let's see. When Messi won the World Cup, even though I predicted Argentina would win the World Cup then, I'm not a biased fan. I told my friends Argentina would win the World Cup even before they did. So, but then I believed Argentina had more players supporting Messi, more bigger players supporting Messi than Ronaldo had in Portugal then. So Messi has won the World Cup. For me, he has an edge currently, but it's not done. It's not yet over for the both of them. Until it's over, then we can compare both. That
Yeah,
is my take. Because if you start quoting if you start quoting statistics, if I quote my own statistics in favor of Ronaldo, you'll be marveled. You'll be shocked.
no, this is not this. Actually, this is not a program for Ronaldo Messi. But if not, I would like you to
I was
quote
about to say that.
the
Just
latest.
create,
I will
organize, another time when
because
we
most of the
have.
thing that I cited about Messi is something that he has that no other player in the history of football has. And you can agree that it is unique because most of the award he won, it is at the highest peak, like at the highest pedestal. Well, you can talk about highest number of goals scored by any player. He played more games than Messi, on the other hand, and won trophies in multiple fronts. He won it in La Liga, in Serie A, and Premier League. Messi has highest number of trophy, and he won Ballon d'Or in 3 different countries: in Spain, in France, and in America, in Inter Miami. The only player to have done that, and the only player to won Ballon d'Or outside of Europe. Messi is the look at the contribution that Messi have for his national
Ibrahim,
contribution that Ronaldo has.
Ibrahim you said, okay.
I will set the program.
What wait, what you said now, let me correct. What you said now is the reason why the credibility of this Ballon d'Or, the topic of the day, the Ballon d'Or award, has been questioned over the years. Because you've been saying he won the Ballon d'Or in French league where he did absolutely nothing. He didn't do anything in PSG, but he won the Ballon d'Or. So that is the reason why people question, even though Ballon d'Or is the most prestigious, the biggest individual award. But questions have been asked over the years. The likes of Madrid and some other big clubs, you know, no longer see Ballon d'Or as anything. So when you say Messi has won multiple Ballon d'Ors, you also ask the question: how many did he merit? How many of the Ballon? I think he has 8. How many
I
did he
honestly,
merit?
I honestly believe he merits all because that very PSG Ballon d'Or that people are arguing, maybe it was Erling Haaland that was supposed to win that very Ballon d'Or, not Messi. But if you look at the statistics, you see that the statistics is actually very, very tight. Messi
So let me
has
ask
more
you.
assists and he
So
won
to
more
you,
cups. Haaland, Haaland
no,
has more.
Ibrahim, if I am to be a special advisor to the organizers of the Ballon d'Or, I will advise them on. I will give them one advice: have a clear criteria of how this Ballon d'Or should be won. It's very simple. If you say statistics, on that very year that Messi won the Ballon d'Or, Haaland had more numbers than Messi. If you say this, just like, but Messi fans would say numbers don't really, count. That Messi, when you watch Messi on the pitch, aside the goals and assists, you will see why he's the best. The same thing I will tell people when you watch Lamine Yamal, because I think a lot of people are saying Dembele deserves it more, that he's the best player aside the Champions League. For me, I believe Yamal is the best. Why? I have watched Lamine Yamal play football. That guy is a Dembele is a superstar for me, while Lamine Yamal is a generational talent, a rare gem.
Thank you, Mr. Ifeanyi. For the sake of time, I think we'll um, draw the curtain here. This is still DDM Morning Show.
All right.
Pele's story has been nothing short of inspirational, from injury struggles to Ballon d'Or glory, leading PSG to a treble and inspiring millions. A reminder that the resilient pays off both on and off the pitch. We'll have more stories tomorrow in our next edition. And that brings us to the end of today's edition of DDM Morning Show. First and foremost, thank you, Mr. Ifeanyi, and thank you, Mr. Kevin Jagbo.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having.
So from politics arena, where Peter Obi criticism of Oloremi Tinubu's birthday donation forces us to reflect on the role of philanthropy in governance, to the economy, where Dangote refineries direct fuel delivery highlights both the promises of self-sufficiency and the tensions of market dominance. And to the world of sports, where Ousmane Dembele's Ballon d'Or victory reminds us that resilient and persistent can rewrite any narrative on the pitch and in life. Each of these stories underscore the same reality. Nigeria and the world stand at the crossroads where leadership, accountability, fairness, and resilience matters more than ever. The choices made today, whether in politics, business, or sport, will shape the legacy of tomorrow. We thank you for staying with us, and as always, we will continue to bring clarity, context, and conversation to the issue that define our time. I am Ibrahim Umarwasi, and on behalf of the team here at DDM Money Show, thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay engaged, and join us again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, have a productive day ahead.